to focus on more serious crimes instead.
There's got to be a better way to treat people who have problems with drugs than putting them in jail. What good does that do?
Reporting from City Hall, Natalie He, WDSU News.
A Metairie woman sentenced to 40 years in prison for the murder of Jaron Lockhart. Her dismembered body washed up along the Mississippi Gulf Coast in 2012. 32-year-old Margaret Sanchez entered a guilty plea today on the manslaughter charge. Sanchez's ex-boyfriend, Terry Speaks, is serving 2 life sentences for the same charge. The Department of Justice and the Orleans Parish Sheriff have reached a deal on who will control the parish jail. Sources close to the case tell WDSU that deal is expected to be announced tomorrow in federal court, and it will allow Sheriff Marlon Gusman to retain control of the jail. Back in 2013, Gusman agreed to reforms at the jail in a consent decree approved by a judge. His critics have said he's been too slow to comply and that violence has continued even after moving to the new jail last September. Stay with WDSU News and our app for more as this story develops. Jury selection has begun in New Orleans for a federal civil trial arising from an offshore oil platform explosion off the coast of Grand Isle. The 2012 incident killed 3 people. The case combines 9 lawsuits and will take place in phases, the first dealing with the platform's owner, Black Elk Energy Company's legal relationship with contractors. Let's talk weather now, and it is hurricane season, and the 4th tropical storm has already come, and that's pretty fast for the hurricane season.
Well, it's a record. In fact, it's the first time we've had the 4th tropical storm this early, and that's Danielle. Danielle is a minimal storm. In fact, wait, I want to show you our live radar.
Let's look.
Because the live radar actually shows you where the system is. Expect it to make landfall, or possibly it already has, at Laguna Tamiwa. I hope I'm saying that right. Nice. But look at how the winds are not very strong. Officially, it has winds of 45 miles per hour, but I doubt that the winds are really that strong. Here is a look at the big picture, and I want you to notice here's southeast Louisiana, and here is the system. It's very far away. High pressure to the north, and you've got this system moving onshore west-northwest at about 7 miles per hour. It's so disorganized, it's kind of hard to tell where the center is, but it could be right there at Laguna Tamiwa. So as we look at the forecast track, it's moving onshore, possibly now into the early evening. It's going to move over a mountainous area, causing a lot of rain, and then that's going to disrupt it so that tomorrow it's a tropical depression. There you can see that wind field is really going to diminish. But look, we've gone through Alex, which was a hurricane in January, Bonnie, Colin, and now Danielle. You know, I don't want to see any more storms, but there is a look at the forecast. Klotzbach had said 14 storms, 6 hurricanes, 2 intense, and then NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, had gone with 10 to 16 storms, 4 to 8 hurricanes, and 1 to 4 intense. Summer is here. Can you feel it? More on that in just a moment.
Margaret, thanks. Hurricane season, of course, continues through the end of November. You can stay ahead of any storms by downloading the WDSU Hurricane Central app. You can track the storm's projected path and be the first to know of any evacuations or anything else. A construction worker has died after being run over by a piece of equipment today. The incident happened earlier this morning at a construction site on Napoleon Avenue. The employee worked for a subcontractor for the Army Corps of Engineers. That incident remains under investigation. Today is a day of mourning in Plaquemines Parish as President Amos Cormier was laid to rest. Many gathered at Our Lady of Perpetual Help Catholic Church in Belchase to say goodbye. Cormier died last week at the age of 70. He was a teacher and coach over the years and had served on the Plaquemines Parish Council. He won the parish president's post in 2014. The council now is beginning the process of selecting an interim president. Happening tonight, a prayer vigil and balloon release in honor of NOPD officer Daryl Holloway. The 22-year veteran of the force was killed on June 20th of last year. Tonight's vigil begins at 7 outside of the 5th District Police Station. 7 NOPD district stations will close their doors at 10 tonight in an effort to put more officers on the streets. All of the district buildings, except for the French Quarter Station, will be closed nightly from 10 p.m. until 8 a.m. It's part of the department's redeployment strategy, which has been rolling out in phases since February. The NOPD says closing districts 1 through 7 will free up 10 additional officers for street patrols. In Baton Rouge, just when it looked like the House was resistant to passing any more tax changes, lawmakers agreed to 2 bills tweaking property tax breaks given to businesses. The 2 bills won quick passage. They would raise an estimated $70 million for next year's budget. Both now go back to the Senate for consideration of the House changes. This current special session must end by this Thursday. Still to come here at 6, a high-risk food recall, which you need to be on the lookout for as you prepare tonight's dinner, especially if it involves chicken. Plus, we'll take you to a North Shore community that is working to take back their streets from drug dealers and murderers. In Las Vegas, a 19-year-old arrested at a Donald Trump rally is accused of planning to kill the presidential candidate. A complaint filed today in federal court in Nevada charges Michael Sanford with an act of violence on restricted grounds. It cites a report by a special agent who said Sanford told officers he drove from California to kill Trump and went to Las Vegas to a gun range there the day before to learn how to shoot. Sanford was arrested after grabbing the handle of an officer's gun during that rally on Saturday. A drug-related murder near a playground last week in Hammond has authorities still searching for a third person thought to be involved. And local leaders focused on the growing problem of cheap heroin and synthetic marijuana. North Shore reporter Heath Allen shows us how the community is now working together to get a handle on it.
Our heroin that we're seeing locally is a direct highway from Mexico into our communities.
Law enforcement sees it every day. It's a scary combination: cheap heroin, synthetic marijuana, and impressionable kids, too young for jobs, needing money.
It's easy to recruit when you're talking about something free and quick.
Wendy Washington talks to kids every day as a ministry leader at Emmanuel Seventh-day Adventist Church, just a block away from the murder scene.
Heroin, they talk about the fast money that they can receive, the marijuana and the low-cost marijuana that they can receive quick money from.
You know, people come in neighborhoods and they channel in our children. They channel in young kids to help them sell drugs.
Folks along Scanlon Street last week lost one of their own. Kelvin Barnes' cousin, William, was gunned down.
Drug trade or something, but they saying they got this gang called Tough Guy Game. I don't know.
You know, gangs are also becoming prevalent across the cities, Baton Rouge, New Orleans, and they're coming across the North Shore as well. So these are things that we need to deal with and we need to stop.
Mayor Panapinto now working with community leaders, including Pastor Alfred Booker at the neighborhood church. A block party and full-scale rap session planned for next month.
We need to hear from them. In the rap session, we will listen to them. As a result of what they're saying, we will try to steer them in the right direction.
Education and getting kids involved and letting them know that there's hope, that they can achieve anything they want to achieve. Heck, they can be mayor.
But the battle is on. Cheap heroin and mojo, the synthetic marijuana, is out there.
I've been in this game for 17 years, and probably 2012 was the first time I saw heroin, and it's on a steady increase from there.
And this community is determined to stop it. In Hammond, Heath Allen, WDSU News.
Well, it is official. It is summer. Today is the first day of it. Summer has been in effect for, 45 minutes or so. One of our photographers caught this beautiful shot of some ducks enjoying the weather out at Audubon Park. Oh, and a turtle joining the party as well. Being in the water is the right strategy, I think.
I think so, though today not that bad. We hit 92 degrees, but wait, let me show you this shot right now. This was taken by Colin Landry. There you can see the sun, a few clouds, but it's looking hot, and get ready, the heat is on. So summer is here. It arrived at 5:34, and we also had a full moon this morning. Last time you had summer arrive and the full moon, that was back in 1967. The next time, 2016. So this is really a rare occurrence. Go out tonight, look up at that full moon, still officially full for tonight. And it's kind of interesting because the Earth is tilted, that makes your days shorter the farther south you are, and your days longer the farther north you are. So our day today, 14 hours and 5 minutes. But you go to Anchorage, Alaska, and the day 19 hours and 22 minutes at the North Pole. It's all day. daylight. So we can look at what's happening right now. High pressure is building in. That means we're going to have less rain. We had 1/100 of an inch of rain today at the airport, and our temperatures are going to begin to go up. We can go over to the southwest, and let me tell you, it is plenty hot. This is where we've got that excessive heat warning, and in Phoenix right now, I think it got up to 116 degrees. I mean, that's hot, and they may not be done with the heat yet. We can look at what's happening right now. There's not a lot of rain. It's really beginning to diminish. We've got a few showers moving right over towards Bogalusa, had a sprinkle recently over towards Madisonville. You've got a little bit of rain right now. It's right there over the